Serafina and I were at a entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book, and
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
Proud of it.
Hold on, let me turn it on.
Hello and good morning on a Monday. How are you guys doing?
Great. How are you?
Are you still swimming? I feel like every single time I ran the Falmouth Road Race, 20 of which, I was like off the next day. Like, it's not enough to be bad, but it's also enough to like, I did a lot yesterday.
Well, I had a shirt that said "See Jane Run," and by the end, I wanted to cross it out and put "Walk."
Okay. We've all had years of doing it. Thank you very much for doing it. I don't know which charity you did it for, or you just did it for fun because you're like that.
It was I was lucky enough to get a number in the lottery, but it's amazing how much money they raise. It
Right.
is truly, all the volunteers are amazing. It's an incredible race, and all the money.
I
for
did
the
the smart
charities.
thing this year, and I volunteered my husband to go and get up at 4 a.m. and I couldn't wait. He went and got up and just started doing his daily activities at 4 a.m. And I got up and I walked around the bed and got on his side and just stretched out. He's like, I've never wanted to spray water on someone more in my entire life than I did. So thank you. Yeah, we had many years of which I ran it twice pregnant.
I can't believe that. And the only thing that made us feel better is we looked over at the starting line. There was this pregnant woman next to us, and we thought, okay, we're not the only ones wetting our pants.
Perfect. Exactly. There are years I had my final one, though. I broke my foot and I will never do it again. I'm done. I'm good. I was in a boot for like a year, but the encouragement and the people that were on the road while I sat there
Oh my
dragging my
gosh.
broken foot along just to
Yes.
finish this damn thing.
Unbelievable.
But it looked like it was very people-y yesterday.
A lot of people, and not enough porta potties ever.
That usually was the thing. That
Yeah.
happened to me one time where I, unfortunately had to go during the race and bent over backwards where I thought I was safe in a bush and I was underneath someone's deck
Oh, man.
and my name was on the back of my shirt. So there was that.
It was fun.
Classy moments by the Vive over here.
Great ring footage.
Yeah, good stuff, everybody. Good stuff. No, the whole family over the deck, like seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Like, so sorry.
Ringing their cowbells.
Yeah, so good. Such a good time. So I've got Jane in the studio. We've got Josh in the studio, a couple of comedians. I feel like it's a perfect rainy Monday activity. So thank you.
Well, thanks for having us.
So Jane, how did you do yesterday for time? Or you just were like, I'm good.
Well, I mean, again, I kind of took the Snoop Doggy Dog, approach where
I'm here.
where I was stopping and petting puppies and,
I like
high-fiving kids. And, but I did pretty well. I did, a little over an hour.
Oh,
and
see, that's
16 minutes.
perfect.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my best times ever. My husband ran it with brand new sneakers and a book on tape one time. So
So yeah, that's funny because I felt like I ran the race more like Snoop Dogg, by which I mean I stayed home and smoked
chiefed.
weed.
I was
Yeah.
like, I was gonna say, I'm like, were you down in Woods Hole? Did you get yourself in the mix, Josh?
No, I paid not to run.
Perfect. I got to see you live last week at your
Oh, that
last
was
summer
fun.
show.
At Off the Grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great show.
You busted out some new material, stuff I hadn't heard. I don't think I've seen you do your full act in a while, so I was glad to hear some new good stuff from you, and you were funny.
Well, I mean, hosting, I was able to kind of play around a little
Yeah.
bit and kind of riff on, like the Olympics and stuff like that.
Because there was
So-
plenty to riff on there.
Oh yeah.
By
yeah.
the way, if you want to go back and watch the breakdancing footage, apparently Peacock removed it.
Oh, you can find it.
Like,
Oh yeah.
go to YouTube. Thanks a lot, Peacock. All you're doing is sticking it to yourself because that's the stuff people want to
Oh
watch.
yeah. Oh yeah. Hilarious.
Like that meme just gave. That break dancer from Australia gave. No one even cared about the US team. We wanted to see her.
Did you see Rachel? What's her name?
Dratch?
Yes,
Yes.
on
Oh, on
Fallon. Do
Fallon.
it.
Yes.
She was hysterical.
Thank you very much, RTB, for sending me the footage. She's like, I don't know if you've seen this, but it just made me think of you. I was like, oh, is it because of my Elaine dancing? Thanks. It's perfect. Good morning, Miss Cindy. I found the OG one. I'll send it to you. Perfect. Yeah, because I wanted to see it, and I was a little disappointed when I saw on the list that that's the thing that they removed from their footage.
That's so weird. That's so strange.
But the pole vaulter footage is still up there.
Classic.
I wonder if he's on any dating apps. Do you think he's on any dating apps?
Well, if he's not taken by now, I mean,
No, I thought I read that he got offered like $250,000 to do some sort of like adult entertainment.
He should at least do OnlyFans for like a month.
Buddy, Calvin Klein, like just move over Mark Wahlberg. We just get this guy in some new underwear commercials. Like this guy you're set, buddy. Get your endorsement.
Seriously.
Get it done.
And then he can retire.
Yeah. Oh, I did like the Scooby-Doo reveal of the break dancer. That was then Elaine Bennis. That was cute. I liked that. So many things over the internet over the weekend. So many things. So were you working this weekend, Josh?
It was actually really nice. It was like the first weekend where me and AJ weren't on the road
all
good. Summer.
You needed a break.
Oh yes. Not from comedy, but from AJ for sure. We've had a blast the last couple of weeks. Like
you've been busy.
We've been really busy up in like Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire a lot. We keep getting invited to do these like redneck barbecues. It's like, who do you want for your redneck barbecue? Let's get a Jew and a gay Filipino.
Do you think it's because it's like when they're renting a clown, like you're kind of afraid of it, but we're going to get it anyway because we're going to see what's going to happen here?
Well, the funny thing is, one of the shows is people we've performed for before last year, and me and AJ, we did this show on Zoom a while back, and did most of our regular act. I did jokes about being Jewish. He did jokes about being queer, and they wrote a review about us saying we were anti-Semitic and homophobic.
That's like the best.
And this guy up in New Hampshire read the review and booked us because it said we were homophobic.
Oh, that's funny.
Did you disappoint them?
No, they loved us. We had so much fun. They took good care of us. They fed us well.
That's awesome.
You know, one of the shows they had fireworks for us.
Isn't it nice to be appreciated every once in a while when you show up at a gig?
A little bit of appreciation goes a long way. The funny is, I go up there, I do like 10 minutes of my like Jewish material. After the show, they come out. They gave me like a big like ounce or so bag of weed. And they gave both
such hospitality.
I thought you were going to say a brisket.
That's they gave me an ounce of weed, and they gave both me and AJ a 10-pound pork butt.
The Jew, the pork.
Yeah, right. They tipped a Jew in 10 pounds of pork. They did it. It was like a sociological experiment for them. They're like, okay, here you go. It's pork, but it's free pork,
right?
Like just to see how I would handle
it. That's it. That's awesome.
And I thought that was hysterical,
right?
Is that the weirdest tip you've gotten?
Yeah, thus far. Usually, cash spends, but no, we'll take food.
I love trade. What's the weirdest tip you've ever gotten?
Me?
Yep.
I don't know.
I get weird tips all the time. My husband used to get weird tips being the cable guy.
Oh, I bet.
Like the weirdest tips, like flats of strawberry plants. That was cool. I'm like, great. They're still growing in my garden. He got these weird, like spam piggy bank things. It was like spam cans, but piggy banks.
Oh, that's bizarre.
He walks in with a case of them. But the weirdest thing was the funeral flowers. And he didn't like try and change it up or pull the flowers out of the arrangement. He literally left the arrangement. All it was missing was the mom banner.
Oh, that's
so I came downstairs and I could smell the lilies.
Yeah,
you know that smell of death. To me, it just reminds me of a funeral home. And I smell and I was like, oh, where is that coming from? Because I immediately was like, Nana, hello. And I look at my kitchen table and there's this giant funeral home. I'm like, did you rob a cemetery? Like, where did this come from? And he's like, oh, I did the cable install at a funeral home and they said I could have it. And I was like, so you just like brought it home as is? Like you didn't even try and fake it?
When we first moved to Massachusetts, my husband is a Yankees fan. and the cable guy came to install, and there was a Yankees chair or something, and he almost refused to. I had to like start crying.
Like, sorry,
I think
sir.
I started crying. He's
he
like, I know.
does not know what he does not
I
know
know, I
yet.
know.
I just got a man to move in with me.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's awesome. Good
Like,
stuff.
Comcast didn't even give you that 2-year grace period of like where the bill is low before they kick it up on you.
Right,
They
and
charge-
intentionally poking holes.
He
in
walked
the
right in. He
walls.
was like, I can't do this.
Sorry,
It's
sir.
like the time my cleaning lady came to my house and was like, not today.
What?
Walked right back out. Walked right back out.
That would be a cleaning lady if I hired one. She'd be like, I'm sorry, man.
Not today.
No, that is not. We're running 2 businesses out of here, 2 teenagers, 2 J1s, and a partridge in a pear
Oh my
tree. You just never know what you're going to find around this house. Well, come next month, it's just going to be my husband, my son, and myself. And I said to him, you know, you're going to get blamed for everything that you do now.
Yeah.
There's no plausible deniability. It's just you. And he goes, good. I'm the clean one, Mom.
Oh.
So we'll see. We will be testing that theory to see if that is the truth or not. So I saw that a Brewster couple gave birth to their child on the side of 6 this weekend. Did you see this?
No. Is
So
this the first kid?
this
Or-
is their first baby. She's in labor. They choose a hospital that's off Cape from Brewster, which I get. And so somewhere on 6, her water breaks. And then the husband's like, I see the head. So I pull over. He delivers the baby in a bush.
Wait, why'd they get out of the car?
Well, because it was messy, I think. And then there's like needed more room in their Land Rover.
And it was during the weekend, so they had the traffic on the
Right.
6th, and
So they pull over, they deliver the baby in a bush, and then they drive to Dunkin' Donuts for the rescue. That's where they cut the umbilical cord. I feel like Dunkin', you should give them something. I feel as if this baby.
What's the baby's name?
I don't know.
Duncan?
I didn't read through this story fully to see what they named. Oh, Summer. The baby's name is Summer. It's a girl.
Oh, that's cute.
Right? I was
Hope
like,
everyone's
okay.
healthy.
Right. Everybody's happy. Everybody's healthy.
That's
and
good.
you cut the umbilical cord with an X-Acto knife at a Dunkin'. So that is
Oh
the beginning of your life, baby. Welcome.
well, it was probably more about the pain. Like, you stop at Dunkin' Donuts on Cape Cod, you could find something to sort of, be in lieu of an epidural.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, find some Percocet in the parking lot.
What's in the parking lot? These poor people. Hey, it is a very Massachusetts love story when your baby is born in a Dunkin' parking lot.
That's
there.
true.
It is.
That is the most New England.
You've been separated. Yep, exactly. You can't outlive that. I totally agree. Dunks should provide them something. I hope the baby's name is Summer Dunkin' Cream.
If it's a boy, they'll just name it
Oh,
Dunkin'.
and my friend Emily, our office manager here, says, I'm friends with them. Crazy story.
Oh my God, that's insane.
I know. That never happens for a first baby where they just pop out.
I have to say that epidurals and Reese's peanut butter cups are my 2 favorite products in the world.
There you go. See, Jane says.
I love a
They
good
do
one.
pair well together.
Yeah.
Do they now, Josh? Josh, who's a man, was like, yes, epidurals and Reese's. Does it make you not feel things? I'll try it. I'll do it.
Whatever makes you not feel.
That's it. So tomorrow is going to be the first of the supermoons. Apparently, for the rest of the year, we're having supermoons.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I just read that the last 4 full moons of the year are supermoons. I don't exactly
Are we supposed to do something like charge our crystals, or what are we doing?
Sure,
in our
you
supermoon?
yeah, I think you should charge your crystals, but also I think you should prepare for crazy. I feel like this is the excuse everybody gives for letting their crazy hang out.
Oh Lord. All right. When does it start?
Tomorrow.
Okay. What time?
Like, when should I prepare for all of this? Adam,
If you're not prepared for crazy at this point, you haven't been paying attention, I guess.
do you think it's just going to get more wild as the year up? Like, we don't know where this year is going to end for all of us. We don't. And as much as we don't want to step into the political realm of things,
I'm not doing that.
I saw a lot of people stumping for random things yesterday at our farmers market. I saw someone was like really big, wearing like giant Kennedy buttons. There was Kennedy all over their bus.
No free Karen Reeds.
No free Karen Reeds. I got sucked into the Lacey Peterson documentary over the weekend because I forgot all about the story.
I know. That's
And then I
crazy.
was like, wow, it's been 20 years.
That's insane.
And then I rewatched it and I was like, oh, this was extra bad. And I know we're like crazy crime junkies now. I don't know when this turn happened for us, but I think it was pandemic and Making a Murderer
Mhm.
that really turned us
Oh,
into such crime show junkies, podcast crime. I know. I'm like, what?
It's fine.
There's some flying
It's
things in
fine.
here today.
It's the supermoon. It's the stupid supermoon.
I don't know what's happening. But I did not get into the Karen Reid stuff.
I have 2 smashed taillights in my car right now, and my husband's still alive, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Like, I am trying. Good morning, Miss Mari. Thanks for joining us for a little comedy in the studio this morning. We've got Jane and we've got Josh. Adam says, my mother gave birth to me on a shrimp boat. Oh, all right then.
Is that like from Forrest Gump? I don't
That's
understand
immediately why does that reference bring me to that?
Totally. Same thing.
Because that's
I
the
was
only
like, same-
shrimp boat that anybody
reference
knows.
we have,
Yeah.
right?
What
And
a shrimp
the
boat.
kid came out like Bubba, just naming out all the shrimp.
Adam, you are fabulous. He's also, don't you drive livery now? I think that's even better. You're the guy. You're the airport guy, right? Tell me I'm wrong. I think I'm right.
Are we waiting for her response?
Yeah, he could pop back and talk to us. But we were getting into the Karen Reid situation. So I got sucked into the Lacey Peterson thing. I started watching that. And then I started talking to one of our farm vendors yesterday. Shout out to our friends over yes, I own the company. Okay, perfect. That's what I thought. So I was talking to our friends at De Silva Farm yesterday, and he goes, what was that guy, that Boston guy that murdered his pregnant wife? And then I was like, oh, Charles something. And then
Stewart.
Right? See, I had to Google it because I couldn't remember.
Charles Stewart. That was a crazy. He was not smart about murdering his wife.
Like, right?
No.
I just want her dead.
So how would we do it?
This is what I'm talking about. Like, we watch all
Let's
these things.
let's make this informative for all the men at home.
Well,
who
it's
wanna
kind
murder
of
their
like a
wives.
horror movie, right? When you are watching them go up the stairs and you're like, why are you going up there to die?
Yeah.
Why are you going in that closed room to die?
I'll be right back.
I feel as if we all think that we could be better murderers, but guys, we can't. We have cell phones now and everything's being watched and everyone has a ring cam.
That's literally the way I text now, is because they read all those texts out loud in the Karen Reid case.
Yeah.
That's the way I text now. Like, it could be read out loud in a courtroom.
All the time. This is how I've told my children to have their social media presence their entire lives.
Yeah.
And my poor thing, none of them have Facebook. None of them even, like, none have.
None of them?
No.
How did you do
My
this?
26-year-old now just got a Facebook so she can keep track of the family. But they didn't want it, because of what I do for a living. And they know that their life was already hung out to dry.
Right.
And B, because I scared them with the life of them of this will follow you forever for your first job, for your first this.
Yeah.
While you're at college, everybody's watching you. Just like to save them from that.
It's really, I will say that social media is the most challenging part of parenting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, that's phones and all that. It's really difficult.
John says my wife watched true crime shows all of the time. If I disappear, check her out. We always go to the spouse. Don't worry, John. It's the first place you look.
She's taking notes.
Which is why it was so troublesome rewatching that Scott Peterson thing, because he made up this crazy ass lie and they believed it for months.
And didn't he say he just went fishing? Wasn't that?
Okay,
Heard
buddy.
that one.
Yeah, exactly. With his 8-month pregnant wife. He owns all of those fertilizers in the garage. Like, there was just so many red flags. So he was a walking red flag and they allowed this to go on continuously. So
I'm going to have to watch that.
and then the Karen Reid stuff, I don't exactly know. I do know that one of her besties showed up somewhere in Falmouth. I won't say the location it was,
Where?
but there was like a scene and she was banned, or there were police calls. Like, there was a scene because people were like, she's guilty.
Was it the farmer's market?
No, it was definitely not the farmer's market. But it was somewhere on the Falmouth Road Race route. I will let you know.
Seriously?
Oh, wow.
Yes. In which this had happened at a restaurant. So that
at a
narrows it
restaurant
down.
at the start line or the finish line?
Well, I cannot confirm that. I can just tell you that there was a situation. with
When
that.
was this?
This fairly recently,
That's
in the
so
last few
exciting.
months, right?
Okay.
Like when the mistrial, right around
Oh.
mistrial time. So, right? there are people that are absolutely obsessed with it. And I feel like TikTok is so obsessed with true crime. Look at that guy who abandoned his wife, and TikTok found her in a month.
What?
There was a restaurant
my
owner
God.
in Falmouth
I
that
love
basically
TikTok.
disappeared,
Oh.
didn't pay his people, left his wife and children, and then has been like philandering his way all around the United States. Well, TikTok delivered.
Oh yeah.
Found the guy, found the girlfriend, found girls that have been like following this guy or dating this guy along his like year-long route.
I love TikTok. TikTok is my new Google. I use it for recipes. I use it for everything.
There you
just
go.
don't use it for the news.
Don't use it for news, and please don't dance.
Unless you're making fun of Australian breakdancers.
But that's fine. That's acceptable.
Yeah.
But the TikTok dancers, that's a whole nother crazy crime situation.
Well, now it's all about all the colleges rushing and all that. That's what a lot on TikTok.
That's been cute. I've been watching some of those. Those are adorable, especially when like the old sorority sisters of yore post theirs next to it. And it's been kind of funny to watch the back and forth of how different it is now.
Oh.
But there's a few dancing troupes that are famous on their TikTok that apparently there's another cult like situation with them.
Oh yeah. Well, there was that girl.
Miranda.
Yes. But then and her family came out and said that it was a cult, and then she came back and said it wasn't. And
right.
Yeah, that was
even yesterday. I saw one of her videos, and someone's like, "Miranda, your mama's looking for you." And I don't know why I just became Southern, but that's how I read it. So,
well, her name's Miranda,
right? Exactly. Dance. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy's one of our DJs here at Lemonade. She does weddings, she does bar mitzvahs, and she does pretty much whatever you pay her to do. So she'll show up there with DJ equipment and
my playlist was key in my Falmouth road race running.
So what do you have? I'm always interested to hear what people are listening to.
So it has to be like it's a gay club. Like it has to be that because I need the yeah, totally. Totally. That's what I Google. That's what I totally Google. So it has to be that because I need the fast. Yeah. I need the BPM. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Jane, did you know we were going to be besties? I don't think you
did. Had a feeling.
That's amazing. Poor Josh is like, I'm here too.
Oh, this is still so much better than being with AJ.
He's going through detox right now. It's fine. It's not from drugs. It's from AJ.
I think I have to do a sober September.
Oh, it's been a wild August for you?
Well, just summer, It's sunny out.
Yeah.
Feels like a glass of wine,
Yeah. I feel that also. Like an unnecessary, we call them the TUDs, the totally unnecessary drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, why did I have that? Now I have heartburn. Like it's not even fun anymore.
No.
I know. I'm trading that glass of wine in. Like I'll come out for one or two. I did get sucked into like one of those promotions. The promotion girls in the summer that are like, try this booze.
Yeah.
Try this booze you'd never drink before. And it was some sort of seltzer. But it gave me like, I felt like I had charcoal on my brain. I don't know how to explain it other than that. I felt swimmy the next day and I didn't like it, and not in a good fashion. Not like I just did a lot of physical activity and I've got that euphoria. More like I've got charcoal on my brain and I can't focus. So
I feel sad because I've aged out of mudslides.
Oh yeah.
Like I can't. And I said to the bartender at a local establishment, I said, do you remember when we could have one or two of these when we were younger?
Right.
And he said, do you remember when we didn't wake up at 3 a.m.? And
that's also
happens,
fair, right?
It happens.
Yeah. I like a good afternoon party.
And so you can be in bed by 8.
Yes.
You like a darty.
I don't think that's, I don't know when this transition happened for me, but really it's post-COVID that I've just accepted that we don't need to be out that late.
No. I think they should start concerts at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, I feel, who just said that fairly recently? It was
Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, said
when
it.
you're siding with Jamie Lee Curtis and her Activia, I feel like I need to like re-examine my life goals sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
When did this happen for me? I'm fully embracing it. On our social media today, we're asking you to share some fun photos that you took over the last week or so. Mine was with one of my Ruck for Hit team members, Jay, who works for the Army Corps of Engineers. He had to get dressed up in a dog costume for Kids Day in Barnstable. So there were 500 kids, and I was like, "Are you dying in there?" He's like, "I have ice packs." I was like, "Okay."
Is he gonna fix the bridge?
Apparently, they're fixing the bridge
because all they did was just paint new lanes. Have you seen that? And it's made it so confusing. They're like, we don't have the money to fix the bridge, but we're gonna get some paint and we're gonna make a new lane.
If you want to anger Cape Codders, you change the flow of anything.
Yeah.
Like they just got finished bitching about all of the signs for changing our exit signs. Like that just got wrapped up. And now the Bourne Rotary. Oh, the flow. Have you seen it?
But they still had to put the extra signs that say old exit,
yes,
7.
So you did nothing.
So, yeah, what was the point of that?
The transition was foolish.
Nothing was improved.
And do we really have to remember the old exit number?
No, because then that now confuses me.
Yeah, totally.
And it was like 7 or 24, whatever one I'm like, wait, what?
Well, it was a while before the GPS is caught up.
Yeah, true. So, I'm unhappy with the GPSs though, because as every Cape Codder knows, they know our secrets now.
Oh yeah, all the side streets.
It's super annoying. I've never seen so much traffic as we had yesterday heading off of the Cape. I think somebody posted something in my 47 years on the Cape, I've never seen this. Well, you've never seen it because we've never had it Googleable for you to look at all of the red lines that you're not supposed to drive down, buddy. That's why you've never seen it that way.
Yeah, that's tough. The side streets.
Oh, and John is posting the story for Jill Daniels in Falmouth. If you, yes.
What's the
Jill Daniels situation is the Karen Reed situation. So if you want to read the story.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And also he said people couldn't drive in rotaries before the asinine white line. So it doesn't even matter. And RTB says, get rid of the old exit numbers. It encourages the seniors to keep driving who shouldn't.
Oh God. So I have an 87-year-old dad.
And
he has a girlfriend.
What?
Don't worry, my mom's dead.
Oh, okay.
But he drives with both feet. It's so bad.
Stop.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Did he always drive with both feet?
Mm-hmm.
This is new.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is it's so bad.
How old's the girlfriend?
87.
Oh, so it's like not a younger one. He can be like, babe, your eyes are better than mine.
No,
Go ahead.
No.
So it's literally the blind leading the blind.
Yes.
Stop.
It is.
And they like go out, they insist on
Oh my God, they
out.
have the best time. They're so cute. They have like date nights on Friday and they do Mexican train. That sounds gross, but it's a dice game.
Okay.
And they have their like routine. They
love that she hurried up with that. That sounds gross, but it's just dice.
It's just dice. It's a dice game. And they go to like a piano bar on Wednesdays. They're so cute.
I'm waiting for that transition because now I'm in the like, I don't like that and I don't go out anywhere. But I know that somewhere a little bit later on is when I'll have a fully jam-packed social life. Because I feel like somewhere around 65 to 75, they're like, bleep it. We're still alive. Let's go do shit.
Right.
Let's do it.
Yeah, she's great. She keeps them really busy, which is
my
great.
mom drives with both feet too. Okay, you're not alone.
It's so scary. He was in a golf cart yesterday and he didn't have enough strength to, I don't know, I guess he kept going backwards and would be like, beep, beep, beep.
Somebody have a TikTok of that, please. Thank you.
It's bad.
Just so we can all enjoy it. That's fabulous. Well, at least he's still out there enjoying his life. And as long as he's not hurting anybody, then.
Yeah, no. He's good.
So tell us more about you, Jane. How long have you been doing comedy for?
So I actually started in college.
Okay.
I won the funniest person on campus, but it was actually funniest man. I was the first female to do it.
I love this.
Yes. And then I had to get a real job and then I had a bunch of kids and now I've gotten back into it. So it's been really fun.
How do your kids feel about your comedy?
Oh, they're like half the material. So, and they're very honest. They'll be like, that's funny. That's not funny. How about this? You know, they're good.
That's great when you have in-house critics.
It
like
is.
that.
It is. It's nice to have a built-in audience.
Oh yeah, I get roasted on the daily by all of my children. They mock my voice. They mock my everything. We chose this today.
Yeah,
let me fix your eyebrows.
Yeah,
let me grab your. They like literally, Lily will grab my face and sit me down.
Oh, it's so
not being seen with me.
Yeah, the girls are tough.
Yeah,
the girls are tough.
Yeah, I'm learning that the hard way too.
Well, yeah, because you're stepdad now, right?
It's funny. Like there are times where she's being a wise ass, she's being rude, but she's getting this comic timing down.
I love it.
Like, it's so hard to be mad.
Wait,
like,
how old is she? She's so cute.
She's 11.
Yeah, that's a perfect age.
Yeah.
It's before phones.
Yeah, so when you were at the show, she came up and did
the blueberry joke.
Yeah, the blueberry joke, which is always fun. She's come and done that maybe 3 times. She did it once at an open mic and once.
For her to have the swagger to just get up there and do a joke, even just one, is amazing at 11.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like, walking crowds after shows, you could bomb terribly, and you'll still have like police or Marines come up. Like, oh man, the balls it takes to do that.
Yes,
it's like, all I did is went up and told some bad dick jokes. Like, you're defending the country.
Welcome, sorry kids.
We were talking about the TikToks and kid. She got a cell phone this week.
Oh boy, it's over.
Yeah,
no more trips to the aquarium.
We sent her to the mall with her grandma to do back to school shopping, and Jess gets a call an hour later from a number we don't recognize. Hey mom, this is my phone.
Oh no. So is the grandmother that got the phone?
Yep.
Ouch. I don't know how I feel about that. That's an overstep, I feel.
I mean, Jess is happy we didn't have to pay for it. So
okay.
We'll be optimistic. But right now, like, it's touch and go. We're like, we put a lot of blocks on the phone.
Yeah, then they'll figure out how to
social
get
media.
around
I want no social media or anything like that. But it was funny. She stayed at her father's house the other night, and Jess texted her, and she's like, she's not texting back. It's like, all right, this is the beginning of it. You, not her.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. That tether to your parent. I feel like that's just stuff that you don't do. Cut other people's kids' hair and buy them things that their mom said no.
Yeah, that would be tough. But do you remember, like, I just can't imagine like dating in this world of phones.
God, no.
Because you're waiting for the text and the bubbles and you're you're obsessed with, like, we literally remember you'd pick up the landline and make sure it's still working.
On? Is it still on? Okay, it's still on.
Is it hung up? It might not have been hung up. I don't know if it was hung up completely. Might not have been hung up.
Right.
I gotta check it.
Seriously. I mean, it's bad that when I started dating my husband, I didn't have a phone. It's like they were just new.
Oh yeah, no. I think that's what was my Valentine's Day gift was.
He bought me one and I was like, why? I don't need a low jack. Like, you don't need to find me all the time. I didn't like it. And then he bought me a Fitbit and I gave it back to him because I was like, no. Because he's like, well, I can buzz you when I need you if you're talking or something or being somewhere. I apologize for the.
No, that's okay.
I think kids are
situation.
Lucky these days having their own lines. Like, I still remember being, 6th grade on when I'm actually getting calls from friends and talking about actual, things
weird
going
stuff
on or girls, and your parents would pick up the other line and mute it and just listen to your
I'm on this. I'm on it. You know that I hear you breathing. That was my sister.
Oh yeah.
I hear you on there. Our extra long phone cords, things our kids will never know.
They'll never know. And the thing is, you're tracked constantly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I say, like, I could never have an affair because I'm on Life 360.
There you go.
And I don't belong to CrossFit.
There you go. You're never being found. They'll still find you. So we're talking about some fun things that are going on crazy crime-wise. And I saw some really good crazy crimes that are in our stack of stuff this morning, but one of which just really didn't disappoint me at all, where a Texas man was released from jail. He's sitting there in the parking lot waiting to be picked up, as we presume, and then just decides to steal a car because he was tired of waiting. That was in the parking lot. What in your brain makes you think that I'm going to get away with this? I'm going to go far.
It's such a bummer because he's right back in the cell. And why wouldn't you call an Uber?
I don't know. I also like this UK driver who stole an entire van full of fish. I was curious exactly where he was going to go with all of that. And then an Indiana woman that was arrested at an Applebee's after an argument over the all-you-can-eat deal.
So it wasn't enough, or what?
Apparently there was a time limit that she wasn't happy about. So I'm like, when you've expired the time limit on an all-you-can-eat, people listen to them. It's for your own good. It's for your own good. Get out.
Oh my gosh, that's
Leave.
hysterical. I
So-
didn't know there was a time limit on that.
These are the crazy crimes that are going on throughout the United States. I mean, I feel here in Massachusetts, we've outdone ourselves. given the parameters of what we're dealing with right now. And Kristen says that her mom drives with both feet too, and she's 65.
Oh boy.
So good luck to you, Kristen, on that situation. We are nearing the end of the summer. I feel like after Falmouth Road Race, this week is Carnival. So you're going to see a whole boatload of crazy going to Provincetown, which is not different than any other week in Provincetown. It's just going to get crazier. I think that parade draws 80,000 visitors.
That's amazing. Wow.
So this is really like the height of our busy time here. And then after, I love the weekend of Labor Day weekend where they hang all the flags and everybody gathers on the bridges to say goodbye.
I know. It's so sad. I'm not ready. I do not want to start school again. I don't want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
I love summertime.
Yeah.
It's just, so it does feel like the last hours of the all you can eat at Applebee's.
Right.
Like you have to
It's time to go. You've had enough. Summer's over. Go back to your regular stuff. We're out of clams. We're out of ice cream. The college kids are gone. That's what we're struggling with right now. These last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. There's no one working anywhere.
No one. It's like skeleton crews.
So bad.
And I feel really bad for some of the restaurants that I work in because we've got trivia nights. If you're ever looking for something to do, eventsoncape.com. We've got 10 nights and days and mostly afternoons for you to be entertained with. Family friendly, most of them, except Monday nights where we're at Dino's and that's 21 plus. But yeah, we're skeleton crews at a lot of the businesses that we're at right now. And they're like, this is what we have.
Yeah, that's what it was like at Off the Grid last week.
Oh yeah,
half the people working there.
Right. It was really lovely. We got a really nice night.
Yeah.
Twinkle lights were out. Comedians telling dick jokes. I mean, it really was romantic. That poor woman that got up to go to the bathroom and her husband said that she was in the shitter.
Oh boy.
It was so funny because he was there. He had the whole like cowboy get up, and when he yelled like she's in the shitter, he did the like
lifted up his hat. Like this doesn't happen in Sandwich, Massachusetts. We don't get a lot of that.
No, not a lot of cowboy hats.
And apparently he was on a date with his ex-wife. So like you want to talk about crowd work. This was like a crowd work find. Like I just found gold out here.
I love that someone discovered that. That's hysterical.
Yeah.
Well, it was fun. Alan Morrow was doing teacher jokes, and we have any teachers, and the woman was a teacher, so he was going back and forth with her. And then Sharon Simon went up and was like, what happened to the teacher? Where's the teacher? And her boyfriend's just like, she's in the shit.
Like it was magical.
It spiraled from there.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and she was not pleased.
No, she was so mad.
She did not love that at all. So I mean, it got awkward. And then Sharon, honed in on the elderly couple that had been married, about to have their 50th anniversary. And then she was asking all kinds of inappropriate stuff, and the wife like whacked him on the back, like, you're not allowed to tell that.
Like, oh, that's kind of fun. They were spicy.
Oh,
a little
absolutely.
Spicy.
It was a little fun that we had, but honestly, my most favorite moments of the night was the Prince of Mystery.
Skip Daniels.
I have never seen him work before. Have you ever seen this man work?
I don't think I've seen him.
Maybe because my husband loves magic shows so much that I was like, this is going to be awful. And it was hysterical.
He's very funny.
I was thoroughly amused, and I was like, babe, you missed it. Like, there was a magic show. I mean, you really, really would have enjoyed this.
What was his trick? What is his trick? What's this?
There were many tricks throughout the whole routine.
Okay.
It was very polished. He was very funny.
Okay.
And he really was. His comedic timing is superb. If you ever get a chance to see, and I would love to have him on the show, go see it because his tricks are pretty good.
And he incorporates music and yeah.
Does he have a lot of props?
Yeah.
He's got a nice little suitcase and
nobody's folded into the suitcase. Nobody gets chopped up.
It was
his magic wand is a toilet bowl scrubber. It's just
funny.
It's very funny. It's very kitschy, but I really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but he actually did some magic tricks in there, so it was like, oh, okay, you can actually do magic. All right,
that's fun.
Yeah,
but no, he's got a great. It was so funny. We did a show in Harwich maybe 2 months ago, and 400 East in Harwich, and someone brought their blind friend to come see the comic magician and had like their seeing eye person with them, and they're describing everything that he's doing. Just over, everybody's laughing, and he's like, "Oh, you just put the two rigs together, and now he's dancing around like an idiot." It was.
I don't think I've ever seen like that's great. I appreciate that so much. I don't think that that's something that has ever been seen or heard at a comedy show. You
or
guys,
not seen.
Right, exactly. You guys have had a busy month. A busy month indeed. I saw that who is hosting the Emmys? They finally got a host for it, and I'm excited for it because it's Eugene Levy and Daniel Levy.
Oh,
so
that's
I'm like,
awesome.
Oh, okay, this is something. I hate award shows.
They're boring.
Hate them.
They're boring.
They're boring. I feel like everyone's like, "Oh, you're so good. You're wonderful." It's just kind of stuffy and boring. I feel like maybe they might interject something I might want to watch.
Oh, they definitely will. They definitely will. He's so hilarious.
I feel like I need to see some fun stuff. I saw Matt Rife's new crowd work special. Have you seen it?
What is it on?
Netflix, I think.
Okay.
It just came out, Netflix or Hulu. Fun fact, of the 47 apps that I have for TV, I don't know what the hell is on what. And I go through all of them. It's like a bad ring of what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I always wake up on Nat Geo because that's what my husband always puts it on, and it makes me crazy. So I got to X out.
You mean not just for Shark Week? You're like always on?
All the time.
Okay.
Where it's like it could be anything, how it's made, which is not exactly all that bad. But he got me into this like car show, Phantom Works or whatever. So now I'm watching Phantom Works and people taking apart cars. I have zero interest in cars, but I'm so lazy to find the remote that I'm just like, this is what I'm watching now while I'm doing things. So I really know I'm learning about cars apparently now. Some fun fact. RTB, yes, Netflix. And it was fun. It was actually a good, I didn't think I would I don't like Matt Rife.
Well, he's gotten a ton of flack because of all the ex-girlfriends. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
So he is a playa, and he one of his ex-girlfriends brought out all of his other because he was accused of cheating. So he had a ship in every port.
No one's surprised by this.
Yeah, no. So he really got called out. And
he's attractive. He's not the attractive that I'm attracted to, but he's attractive in the terms of being attractive.
And he's very talented. He's funny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I just don't, for whatever reason, I don't laugh at his jokes, but I did like his crowd work special.
That's interesting.
Where he did a whole special for 1 full hour on just crowd work. That was enjoyable for all.
An hour is a long time.
It really was. So I was like, okay, you are talented. I gave it to him because he kept it going, kept it light. And there was a lot in the audience that they came stacked.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You have to set a deck very well if you're going to do an hour of crowd work special with people.
That's a good point. You think he had people?
There is no way that the stuff that came out in this crowd is just a regular crowd, but maybe this is America now.
It was just all plants.
I feel as if it was. His reaction to it was fresh, but I don't feel like.
What city was it in? Do you remember?
They do cut the specials, so.
Everybody knows that they're going in there for that. They have to sign that. Waivers and stuff. Like, it's not a surprise. Interesting. You're going in there for a special.
Right.
And for whatever reason, they have to tell you. They don't necessarily have to say when it's released or what it's for or whatever, but you're being filmed.
Right.
And so I feel as if they were maybe sent out an invitation to a certain amount of people and then made one fun fact about yourself. And then they picked people based on these things.
Ooh. That's interesting.
I definitely know that they stacked the deck. I just don't know.
Do you think they put the baby in the audience too? Do you remember that when he was holding the baby? They're like, bring your baby.
What?
Come for comedy, bring your baby.
Who does that?
A baby at a comedy.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen at a comedy show that somebody brought or people were?
I have seen people bring babies too.
Did you ever hold one on stage like he did?
I don't feel like I look trustworthy enough for holding a baby on stage.
RTB, you think he had work done?
Oh, you do? You think he had Botox? What do you think he had?
I know. I'm very curious.
Wait, you seriously? From now? He's so young.
I know. But
although you're never too young for Botox, in my opinion.
No, I don't.
Maybe
I
he
quit it.
gets
I'm taking
migraines.
a good break from it. Yeah, maybe he gets migraines, my ass. North Carolina is where the special was filmed.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was a totally random spot.
Huh.
Absolutely. He mentioned it. He was dark and had to get stuff done. Oh, he was a dork and had to get stuff done. Now I want to know.
I thought that was like some Michael
Now I'm gonna
Jackson
have
shit.
to deep dive this. Now I'm gonna have to TikTok this.
We're gonna have to find out exactly. But you never finished with an ex-girlfriend paraded all of his exes out.
So it was. I feel like it was on a podcast or it was something. Someone's gonna know. But there were like 8 of them on the stage, and they were like, "I'm Matt Rife Sachs. I'm Matt Rife." Yeah, all of them.
And you know that they talked about dates or specific
Oh yeah, no, it was
things.
bad. It was like you were in North Carolina when I was in DC, and then he came to DC, and then like I said, shipping a report.
How do you keep that straight?
I don't know. How do you keep your text straight?
Right?
How do you not text the wrong gal?
Or maybe he has a routine.
Yeah.
Like his comedy shows. Like this is how, where are we in the routine? We're here in the routine. Let's go.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Very interesting.
I guess he's moving to Rhode Island.
I saw that of all the places.
What part? Why?
Like Watch Hill, where Taylor Swift has.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Fancy.
Yeah, right?
He's doing well.
It's 3 million something. They
So pretty
did like
there.
the aerial of his property, which I find so stalkery creepy at this point in time, where you could just send up a drone and be like, that's where they live, right over there.
Yeah, it is a beautiful area though.
Well, that's why I'm keeping all my tree coverage to keep all of your drone footage of my disgusting backyard and trailer away.
What is that trailer?
So this was a project that we purchased. It's been to Sandy Neck a couple of times.
Oh, cool.
It's been to the Outer Cape a couple of times. But when we had our German Shepherd and our other dog, it was just like a place for them to hang out while we beached for the day.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm obsessed with my dog.
Well, now it's a floating hotel for the people that want to come stay with us on the Cape. That I was just like, you and your 5 kids can sleep out there because they can't be in the house.
Can we talk about how people on the Cape are obsessed with outdoor showers?
We love them.
That's all right. And
Yeah.
it's like my kids aren't even allowed to come inside and shower. But it's funny when you have people visiting from other states and you hand them a towel and you're like, right out there.
I know. And they think it's so weird. But like once they're in there, they're like, it's so freeing and wonderful. You're like, I know. That's why it's there. Now get your sandy feet out of my friggin' house.
Yeah.
Because it's stuck in between all of my floorboards. Out there. Yeah,
Right
I
out
love
there.
our outdoor shower. And ours was like made of pallets and random stuff my husband bought from the
Totally.
plumbing store. I'm like, that's what it is.
Yeah. And it's funny because people just, they'll embrace it. Like it makes us so hardy. Like we shower outdoors.
We fight to keep that going until at
Yes,
least October.
totally.
It's like, come on. Like,
Totally.
Indigenous Peoples Weekend.
Yeah,
come.
totally.
I'm still outside, everybody. It's a badge of honor. It's a New England badge of honor when you're still outdoor showering and you haven't turned your heat on.
That's so true.
These are the 2 things that we wear very proudly. And we mention to people like they're regular things. They're just, we're not doing it. I'm not turning my heat on until December 1st because we're hottie. Bring a sweater. It's a football game. We're watching it outside even. Because we don't get a lot of outside time.
Totally. We just maximize it. We want to maximize every ounce of,
Obsessed. And it doesn't matter what the weather is. Well, now my husband has the Blackstone. He's entered that cult, the Blackstone grill.
Oh.
And so now he's like, I don't cook breakfast inside anymore. I'm outside. I'm like, oh, okay. And now I'm only doing this and this is this. And he takes care of that grill more than he's ever cared for any of our children, more than he's ever cared for any belonging he's ever had.
So wait, what does he make on the grill? He makes breakfast? He grills the eggs?
Yeah, it's like a hibachi grill.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm not complaining when I get the hibachi stuff because I'm like, this is fabulous.
Is he making dinner too or just breakfast?
Occasionally, but now he will only cook breakfast outside. He made the declaration.
Right after a shower.
Yeah. So we're going to see how long that lasts until winter comes. Because apparently they've scared us once again with the winter's going to be low.
There is no more winter. I mean, I'm originally from Worcester, Massachusetts, which is like the snow belt of Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And there's no snow there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's very disconcerting, the lack of snow.
We get like an inch a year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you do any winter sports? Josh?
I used to.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
I'm very into après ski.
Me too.
You find me at the end.
Very good.
I'm really good at that part.
I'm very good at après ski.
Should I expect breakfast or lunch today? Emily, all you have to do is mention the grill and he'll make you whatever you want. What do you want? I'm telling you, watch. She's got to work in the office
a nice
today.
panini.
So yeah, right. Whatever you want, he'll make it for you because he just has to show off his grill skills. He's obsessed with that. I don't know what it is. Wasn't it 80 acres or something? If he bought 80 acres of land in Watch Hill, I'd be very shocked. But I think a lot of people.
Is there 80 acres available in Watch Hill?
Yeah, I don't think that there is. Maybe that was something different.
I don't know there was 80 acres in Rhode Island.
It is. It's all of 80 acres. He bought Rhode Island,
Yeah,
everyone.
exactly.
We're starting rumors today. I saw that Jenna Duggar got married.
Oh.
The eldest of the Duggars.
So creepy.
There were 500 people at this wedding. 500 people.
Where was it?
I don't know. I didn't even dig into.
Who pays for that?
Did TLC buy this for them?
Oh, maybe.
Or was it because they were like, we never thought someone would marry you, Jenna. You're the oldest of the 87 of us. Or was that just their immediate family?
I don't know. It's so creepy. I mean, I'm all for having a bunch of kids to like do chores and stuff, but
yay!
it's like, but that family is just creepy.
It is. And also, I'm weirdly fascinated by a 500 person wedding. Like, that's not even fun.
Where was that held? Like an arena, or where were they?
Middle America. Is that just how they live?
A tent, a giant tent.
Right? Circus tent.
Yeah, probably.
Speaking of circus, Paranormal Cirque 3 is coming to Hyannis. So if you're wondering what the lighting is, and it's got this like creepy gothy like looking tent.
Fire.
And have you watched any of the social media postings?
No,
it's come across my feed a couple times.
It looks a little like American Horror Story like.
It looks like a Cirque du Soleil like meets like Spooky World.
Yeah. So I've got Roxana. She's going to be talking about it. So we're going to take a quick little intermission and we're going to hear about Paranormal Cirque. Excited to have Roxana Midi in the studio with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's a very pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting us.
Well, I know that you've got a show coming to Hyannis and it's Paranormal Cirque. So maybe you can talk about how that's a little bit different from what you're used to doing when you're performing.
Well, yes, I joined Paranormal Cirque 3 in the day that they opened. It was last year, 2023. It's our newest baby from the company of Cirque Italia. As you guys know, maybe Cirque Italia, it's a very famous brand for the water circus, the first water circus of the United States that have traveled. And after we started developing paranormal circuses, so we started developing different branches. And now we are at our 5th unit with Paranormal Cirque 3. And it makes a difference of the normal shows because, of course, it's paranormal. That's why it's called like that.
Yeah, I was watching the trailer that you got circulating, and I was like, it looks a little scary.
It's a fun fusion, actually, between it's a show with a lot of funny stuff. It's having involved also burlesque, having involved theater. It's a fun fusion between all these elements. And also, of course, it does have a lot of great talented people from all over the world, doing circus traditional acts. And everybody loves the circus, especially over here in the United States, guys. And everybody loves people with talented. And if you can combine all these elements, you create an amazing show and something very unique, But everything in our show is with a horror thematic. So it's a little bit spooky, a little bit creepy. It's a little bit sexy also, but it's also very funny, I all the time like to say that this show, it's kind of like a first-class experience that you can get because it brings all type of emotions inside of you. This show, it is pretty different from the other one because the usually one is just joyful, a smile. All of them, they are talented. I don't say that the other shows are terrible and like that. No, every show, us or another companies, they put great and amazing shows together. But what is different in a paranormal cirque, are this type of element combined together, and especially the emotion I always feel, because also the show is based on connection and emotion, eye contact with the audience, and since it's so intimate inside, you I don't know, it's a different feeling, every time, for example, when I am on the stage, my entrance to the act is like lifting up from a bed, and I can see the people because they are very close to me, and I can see how they back up, through their seats. They go inside their chairs because they're scared, and I can see their amazing on their mouth. I can see how their eyes are wide up open.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing. That's different. And as a customer leaving from our show, it's going with a good taste in the mouth. I probably with chills, on their goosebumps on their skin, because we do offer chills and thrills. And this combination with theater, with dancing, with circus traditional acts, with our comedian that will make you laugh, it's balanced. But of course, this is not a show appropriate for all ages.
Well, yeah, because it looks very provocative. It looks a little dark. It's just channeling American Horror Story. But at the same time, you guys are still doing your cirque acts. I mean, really some dangerous stunting while in some scary costumes as well. So it's got to be really tantalizing for all of your senses.
Yes.
What is the scariest part for you? Do you ever get nervous when you're in costume, or do you feel like you might slip or fall? Do you do acrobatics? What are some of the acts that you do, Roxana?
Over here, I'm as a character, I'm the exorcist girl for this year, and I'm doing double hammocks. It's an aerial act. There are silks in shape of hammocks, and I just swing around, make some few drops, the regular stuff.
It's amazing. The show looks fantastic. It's coming to Hyannis. And I do think it's important to mention the fact that this is not for babies. This is for people over 17, 13 to 17. They do have a youth ticket available, but you've got to have a parent present, parent permission. When you see that big circus roll into Hyannis right at the Cape Cod Mall, you can grab your tickets and see your big strike. It's something to see that tent.
It's amazing. It's a pleasure every time you see a tent in a parking lot or just racing up between the trees.
What's
it's very
happening?
Nice to see it, especially because it's white and with black strips, and in the night all the red lights just make it more mysterious. And it is part of the show. All these things, all this type of emotion. Every time I'm talking about the show, I do have a goosebumps on my skin, and because I'm thinking about how I prepare, for my act. And you tell me about you asked me about how scared I am or what is the most scary part. Well, in my case, I do realize that if I don't prepare very good psychically, or if I go over there with more trouble in my head, it's sometimes happening because I do multiple tasks over here.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can happen. I do see a difference in my act, about like how I perform. Maybe I don't get enough time for like stretching, but that's not such a big thing about like how I have to be focused on what I'm doing over there, and especially what type of emotion I have to present, something that have to come out from me and the audience to feel it. That it's something different than a regular type of show where I have worked, because I work in the water circus as well.
Yeah.
And that's why I need more time for preparing myself psychically as well for the show, because I need the time to go in the character, to feel the emotion, and I have to send it back. It is a little bit more challenging, and I love it. And I can tell you that there are scary parts in the show, but probably not so like scary as the terrifying that you're gonna go. For example, in the Halloween time, it's the haunted house. We have all type of scary characters from the underground world. We do have a haunted maze, something very small like that, but it's just you crossing by about 5 minutes, and it does make your blood run faster in your brain, but it's not like going on a trail on the Halloween. This show, it does have the horror thematic view. It's a show with a horror thematic, and it does have all these children trails and scary moments, but it's not a trail where you're walking, where you're expecting everything, because it's based on art as well.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
I'm thrilled to see the show. And I know we've got tickets that are going to be available that we're giving away to our audience this week. So if you find us at a trivia show, you may in fact win your way to Paranormal Cirque. If you're looking to buy tickets, I'm going to drop the link in our chat afterwards. And I'm actually going to scroll on the bottom where people can click right there and pick up your tickets to the show. The circus is coming to town, and it's going to be August 29th through September 2nd. You've even added more shows because I think people are really interested in this show. It looks amazing.
Yes, actually, Massachusetts loves. Last time when we've been there was I don't remember the name. Renton.
But you guys
Renton.
have been
We've been in
touring all
Renton. People
around.
go crazy for us, and we love it. And we can feel the difference from each town. Either if we have sold out in each town, we feel the difference on the audience, because people send emotions, you know, and all this energy that is under the tent with so many people, it's feelable. And Massachusetts is very, very, very likely.
Oh yeah,
I love it. I love being there, and people were nice, and I loved it, and the nature. Oh, I can't wait to come back to Massachusetts, actually.
Well, we're excited to have you, Roxana. Definitely grab your tickets to Paranormal Cirque 3. You're going to have a lot of ghost lovers in your audience, so they're definitely going to be loving what you guys are vibing with. Roxana, thank you so much for your time, and I'll let you get back to work.
Have a wonderful day. It was a pleasure.
And we'll be looking for you up in the air.
Yes.
Bye now. I couldn't stop looking at her arms.
I'm obsessed.
I'm like, ugh, but I guess if you're holding on for your dear life, then I get it. You would have arms like that. But
if you're on Ozempic.
Oh my gosh. So many of my friends are now on it.
Oh, so many of my friends. And they look like they've been like sausages, like sucked out of their case. They're all like, they're like, I'm like, oh, how are you taking anything? No, I gave up sugar and alcohol. Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay.
Baloney.
This is not what you look like. That's fine. No, and also her English is pretty much perfect, which is, and you and I both, Jane, remarked how embarrassing it is.
It's so embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. The people are fluent in our language, and yet.
Oh, there was one point when we were on vacation in June where they only spoke German, Dutch, and I forget what the other one was, but none of which we spoke. And I was just like, man, we're Americans. Maybe if I write it into my Google chat, you can help me here. This is what I need.
Did Google Translate help at all?
Absolutely. And now, like, it's perfect because you can go and take a photo of it, even menus, and it translates it right there for you, which is good because they eat suspect meat over there all the time. And I'm finding myself with like horse and random stuff. And I was like, no, thank you. I'll just have a salad.
Were you in Germany? Where were you?
We were.
Oh,
we did Germany, Austria, Hungary, Slovakia. Yeah, we did 8 countries in a
Not on a cruise.
No.
Because you're still alive.
No. Right. We did not do a cruise. We did it on the train.
Oh,
with backpacks with my 2 teenagers, and we lived to tell the tale. So
wait, your teenagers do have phones. Is that correct?
They do.
Is it like traveling with Martin Scorsese, like with my teenage girls? They're like, we're losing light. We're losing light.
We did pretty good. We had a good routine of like every 2.5, 3 days, we'd get up and move to a different place. And my husband was like Johnny on the spot with the reservations. He was king reservations.
That. Oh, I love that.
So I was just a follower with a backpack.
Oh, I love when someone else is in charge.
It was lovely. I was the mom Sherpa. So they were like, why are you so slow? But I'm carrying everything. The water bottles, the laptops, all of like, I look like Rambo.
Right.
And my kids have their like little backpack on. And I'm like, ugh. And then I did not get validation until we were leaving. And it was somewhere around Brussels where all of our packs were weighed. And mine was like 10 full kilograms more than everybody else's. And I'm like, that's just why I'm slow.
So what was your favorite place that you visited?
Austria. We love Salzburg.
Oh, cool.
I was living my best.
How many clocks were in Salzburg?
So many.
So many clocks.
So many clocks.
There's always a clock.
Yeah. We disappeared off into the woods somewhere and found this like amazing glacial pond.
Oh, cool.
And we went swimming for the day, and it was so amazing. It was like
cold?
Crystal clear and frozen. It was lovely considering it was like 100 degrees that day. So it was absolutely perfect.
That's really neat.
And then we found out my son was afraid of heights as we were on one of those lift things. And he was like having a panic attack while he was on it, while we were in the box. And he's like, don't shake the box. My poor kid. And my husband was like laughing and he was touching things. So I said, don't touch anything. The poor thing. He's probably
how old is he?
15.
How did you not know he was afraid of heights?
I didn't realize how bad it was, and I don't think we've ever been in an enclosed box like that. I feel like we did one in Spain one time, and I don't remember it being that bad.
What about a Ferris wheel? Has he ever been did he ever go to the Barnstable County Fair? Poor kid.
Yeah, I don't like the rides, so I usually let them go off with their wristbands and do the rides.
Okay.
So was it like a tram or sort of
like
a gondola? Like how many people fit in the...
There were just our family. You could have fit like 6 people, but it was a ski lift.
Yeah.
Up to the top of a certain mountain that was there. I mean, we were in the...
Was it the chair?
The Alps,
It was enclosed?
It was enclosed.
Must have been beautiful though.
Oh, it was absolutely stunning, and pictures don't do it justice. But the panic attack, I felt really bad. I'm like, buddy, we do have to go down. So you get up to the top and you get to walk around the mountain. And then we sat at the restaurant and he looked down, panicked, and we had to do it again.
No, I would have been shaking. I would have been shaking the thing the whole way.
Oh yeah, no, we weren't even allowed to talk to him at that point. It was really.
Poor kid.
I know. But I mean, seriously, it's like, oh, I had a panic attack in a box in Austria in the Alps.
I know, that's like reframe.
I know. Exactly. But point is, I could not speak any of the languages, and we are American swine when we are visiting other countries, and I felt really embarrassed.
What did you wear on your feet so that people didn't know you were American?
Oh, I mean, I just had my white Nikes on.
You did.
That was it.
Just screaming.
Yeah.
I'm American.
Well, that's what I told my kids. I said, you'll know when you're in Europe, especially in the UK and in Ireland, when you look at their footwear, because it's all just bright, shining, flashy footwear.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like hot pink guys in hot pink sneakers and orange, yellow.
The other thing is it's so clean in Europe.
Yeah.
Like that was probably a marked difference.
Tiny pants and banana hammocks.
Oh.
So I mean, when you're at the water and
oh yeah,
our guys are in their briefs, I'm like, you sure you don't want to get a European suit? They're like, absolutely not. That's for the pole vaulters.
Yeah,
we don't do that.
Seriously.
Where are some of your shows? How do we find you guys?
Okay, so we do have a show on Tuesday at the Knockabout, and it's 8 to 10.
Okay.
So you can go to, and yes, I'm 50, so I have to put this on.
I appreciate that.
Hoff at theknock.eventbrite.com. So Justin Hoff is the headliner, and then you can get 25% off if you do Knock, 25 off.
Oh, how
Knock
clever.
Spelled N-A-U-K.
Right.
All right. I'm going to try.
And Hoff at the Knock. It kind of.
Why did we make this so difficult?
I don't know.
AJ?
I said, is there a different way to do it, AJ? Can they just go to the website? But apparently not.
All right. So we're going to add the banner here and get rid of that banner.
Here, you can.
Right. I'm like, we can hide that one and then we can show this one. Hoff at the knock.eventbrite.com. And then you just type in the knock 25 off. Because you can remember that. Definitely a good show to go watch. Tuesday night comedy. And I actually have the night off, so I might go visit you guys.
Come on.
See.
It'll be
who's
fun.
going to be at the show?
So go ahead.
So Jane will be there.
Yeah.
Justin Hoff will be there. Who else we got?
Shivani.
Yep, Shivani Dave.
AJ, and Gerby.
Oh, so you got a good crew.
Yeah.
Definitely go and watch one of the Paperback acts. I highly suggest it. They're very fun. They're very funny. They keep the show moving, which I appreciate. You're like, yeah, all right, next.
You're not going to be in bed by 9, though.
No,
it starts at 8.
I know.
And the Knockabout shows are awesome.
Yeah,
they're great. So if you can't make it to that one on Labor Day, we have Lenny Clark, Mike McCarthy, and Annie Powell. That's
excellent.
Another amazing lineup. So
yeah, Knockabout is a
get your
really
tickets for that.
Really nice, intimate place to go watch a show and feel like you're nice and up close to the comedians. And yeah, there's crowd work going to happen. Plan for it. Wear something cute. That's all I can say to you. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. I hope you got a couple of laughs. I mean, we got to plenty of material. You have to come back so we can talk about your obsession with reality shows.
Oh my gosh. I'll come back anytime.
I'll have to do a little like watching. The only time I ever watch it is with my girlfriend from South Carolina, and she's obsessed with all of the housewives. And her restaurant was actually in whatever Charleston reality show that was.
Oh, Southern Charm.
Yes. So she was feeding the cast for a while.
That's
and
exciting.
Patricia does in fact come to her
Oh,
bakery.
I love her.
See, so we'll have to talk about it. Three Little Birds, if you're looking for it, Three Little Birds Cafe, go visit it in Charleston, South Carolina. Everybody have a great day. Jane, Josh, thank you.
Thank you. This was so fun.
Have a good one. Bye, everyone. Hank's coming.